was at the HBS Club of New York.
Harvard Business School.
Yes, the Harvard Business School Club of New York annual leadership dinner in maybe March. And it was at the Museum of Natural History. It was about 500 people. They were honoring Mayor Bloomberg and a couple other billionaires. And it was a very sort of, it was a very self-congratulatory evening. You know, it's like, we are the leaders of society, and we have done such great things. And,
made a lot of money.
Fantastic philanthropists and such and such and such. And, and in this room of 500 people, it probably represented between net worth and assets under management about $500 billion or so, probably rough estimate. Not, I did not add very much to that number, but everybody was so happy with themselves and the work that they had done, and it's not to say that they shouldn't be. But the next morning, I went up to Harlem, 127th and Adam Clayton Powell. I was working, meeting with an entrepreneur that we work with that runs an urban farming company that serves with youth development, and works with an elementary school. And he's telling me about the kids in this program. 100% of them below the poverty line. 40% of them bring all the things that they own with them in a book bag to this program because they move from homeless shelter to homeless shelter throughout the week. About 20% of them, the only meal that they get every day is the meal that they get from his program, from Tony's program, Harlem Grown. And he's telling me about this 8-year-old girl at Epiphany that came to the program with, matted hair and dingy clothes and, bed bugs. And, only through this program did she find some sense of safety and nourishment, self-confidence. And the program is working. And I said, well, Tony, what's the challenge? He says, I'm not taking a salary. I retired from driving black cars, and, I took all that I had to start this program because I knew it was necessary, and it's working, but I'm just struggling for resources. And I got back on the train going back to Brooklyn, and I said, I don't want to live in a country where I spend one night in one room where 400 people have $500 billion, and the next morning go 20 blocks up the road where a guy is not taking a salary to try to get an 8-year-old girl her only meal of the day. It doesn't take rocket science to figure that out, If we accept that as a tolerable condition, then we've already lost. I think it is due time for an awakening of our consciousness in this country, to see that the rules and the language of markets, that there always has to be a business case for things, is deeply corrosive to our souls and deeply corrosive to our society. I don't care if there's a business case for an 8-year-old girl getting a meal. I actually do not care. I don't care if there's a business case. And I'm going on and on. I'm already over time. I don't care if there's a business case for my niece being treated equally. If it's bad for the economy, then screw the economy.
The economy needs to change.
I care more about my niece, and I care more about her friends who will grow up as women in this society than I do about our gross domestic product. We've got to have a rejiggering of our values. And that just comes from contact. You don't have to read a book. Just go to Harlem and see and give them some money. It's not that complicated.